It's 6 p.m. We'll go ahead and get started. This time, if you would give your attention to the emergency evacuation procedures.
Before we get started, let me read the emergency evacuation procedures. In the event of an emergency evacuation, an alarm will sound. Everyone should exit the building by way of the nearest stairwell in a safe and effective manner. If the nearest stairwell is blocked by smoke, use the other stairwell. Do not use the elevator. Once you have reached the main floor, follow the exit signs to exit the building and quickly proceed away from the building. Please be mindful of others evacuating and of emergency vehicles.
At this time, if you would please register your presence by voting yes. (18 present, 3 absent). At this time, the Commission did publish on May 25, 2015 in the newspaper of general circulation for Blount County, Tennessee, a notice of a public hearing to be held on this date at this location at this hour. This public hearing is now open and convened to hear all oral testimony and comment on a resolution to amend the zoning resolution of Blount County, Tennessee by adding a new RAC2, Rural Arterial Commercial 2 District. Does anyone wish to address the body? If you'll come forward, please, give your name.
Hi, I'm Kathleen Skinner. Thank you for giving the Planning Commission the opportunity to rework RAC2 and to incorporate public comments. The proposed zone now allows commercial developments only at intersections on 2-lane arterials where commercial activities already exist. In addition, the distance from the intersection has been reduced. I want to point out, though, that most Blount Countyans are still concerned about how commercial developments in our rural areas look and whether they fit in. This is an especially important consideration in Blount County because of our rural character here that is cherished by the folks who live here, and it's also an important aspect of Blount County's tourism. So I'd like you to know that the Planning Commission, in my opinion, still needs to work on better, more comprehensive design standards for commercial out in the rural areas. So I'd like to just close with a quote I've shared with you before. It's from Ed McMahon from the Urban Land Institute. He says, "The image of a community is fundamentally important to its economic well-being. Every single day in America, people make decisions about where to live, where to invest, where to vacation, and where to retire based on what communities look like. The more a community does to protect and enhance its uniqueness, whether natural or architectural, the more people will want to visit. Typically, successful communities control signs, they plant trees, they protect scenic views and historic buildings, and they encourage new construction that fits in with the existing community." The takeaway message is that successful communities pay attention to where they put development, how it is arranged, and what it looks like. They pay attention essentially to aesthetics. So anyway, thank you all. Appreciate you listening to us over the last couple months, and thank you.
My name is John Carlton Templeton. I live at 1601 Brahman Lane in Seymour. It would appear that we're nearing the end of a long process on the topic of RAC2, and I'd have to say that overall I'm impressed and pleased with the way the process has gone. There has been ample opportunity for public input. John Lamb, the planning commissioners, the county commission have listened attentively to a large number of comments, and they've had their own comments and questions as well. It seems to me that a lot of people have worked diligently and sincerely to get us where we are tonight, and I want to commend them and thank all those who have been involved in an orderly and democratic process. All that said, it begs the question, where exactly are we now? Since the Planning Commission began consideration of the issue in October 2013, there have been workshops, public hearings, numerous discussions before the Planning Commission and the County Commission. The message delivered loudly and clearly by the public is, we don't like this idea, we're against it. At the last public hearing on February 10, 2015, 18 Blount Countyans took the time to come here and address the issue. 17 expressed clear opposition. One wondered how it would affect his church. No one spoke in favor. John Lamb's own compilation of comments showed an overwhelming opposition to it. In fairness, the proposal has been modified extensively and it has been pared down significantly, but the opponents didn't say they wanted less of it, they wanted none of it. Many of the reservations expressed remain unanswered. The appropriate size of building, adequacy of roads, getting in and out safely, building design, the rights of adjacent property owners and residents, and lighting, the unsightly outward appearance of some retailers. The opposition to RAC2 and the recent furor raised on the rumored sighting of a Walmart on East Lamar Alexander gives me hope that Blount County is reaching a new awareness of the value of the scenic beauty of our county and how wonderful the county is in not having made the mistakes that have ruined other communities. So we're nearing the end of a successful process. Therefore, I believe that the appropriate last step in the process, the one that is most logical, the one that responds to the voice of the people, is to reject the proposal and keep Blount County beautiful and safe, and I hope you will vote accordingly when the opportunity arises. Thank you.
Anyone else? Come forward, sir.
My name's Brad Ansley. I live in Happy Valley. Thank you for letting me speak. I don't really have much to say except that I echo what John Templeton just said. I don't think the majority of citizens want this. I just driving over here, I came by where the new dollar store is going to be. It looks like they're putting in Fort Knox over there. There's about 15 gigantic earth movers over there. It's just hard to believe that one little medium box store could change the topography of some of the oldest mountains in the world just to build some little grocery store, a little odds and ends, imported crummy material, crummy product store that lowers the quality of life for all of us. Sometimes doing nothing's the best thing. And that's what I wish you would do here. Reject this. Let's go back to the drawing board. I think for the time being, having a case-by-case scenario, while it doesn't have some overarching and wonderful universal appeal, it allows for the uniqueness of each of our pieces of property that are in our county to be looked at carefully and dealt with in a way that's most appropriate. Thank you very much.
Anyone else? Mr. Coleman, you asked him for, oh, you're adjusting your glasses. I'm sorry. Thought you held your hand up. If you'll please silence your cell phones. Seeing no other hands, this public hearing is closed.